Hello and welcome to this AQR QRCA pre-event hangout. It's absolutely fantastic to be joined by Rebecca Bryant. Rebecca, thank you so much for joining me. Would you first of all like to give a brief introduction of yourself?
Hi, Jack. Thanks for having me today. It's good to see you.
Pleasure.
Hope things are well for you there in London. My name is Rebecca. I'm based in Tennessee in the United States, and I've been doing qualitative research here for a couple decades. Great to be with you and looking forward to the AQR QRCA conference.
Awesome. And so obviously we're here today to talk about that conference. I'd first of all like to get your opinions on, as an experienced core researcher, like you just said, what you think the key benefits are of attending this event for a core researcher, and what makes it kind of jump out in the calendar?
Oh, great question. For me, it is a premier time to connect with colleagues, to learn and to share. We're by definition, qualitative researchers are innately curious, and we're explorers, and this conference offers the opportunity to satisfy curiosity and to explore further.
Brilliant. And somebody, I was doing another one of these interviews, I think it was Nikki Lavoie, told me that it was quite an intimate gig as well, so it was a nice halfway point between not being too big and kind of not being too small, and that created a nice atmosphere. Would you agree with that?
I absolutely would. It's a lot of fun. I met friends there that I had known, and I made new friends. And these are friends that I'm now working with. I just have found it to be fabulous.
Excellent. And so it's my understanding that you're doing presenting a paper at this event. Can you tell me a little bit about that and some of its key themes?
Oh, sure. Happy to. This actually is a great story that relates back to AQR/QRCA. I am working with a number of researchers from around the world now. We decided that we would like to be able to work together on behalf of our clients. And we did a demonstration project this past year with dog owners all around the world. And I met some of these folks at AQR/QRCA. So the project is about what it's like to have a dog, and it's a global perspective. So dogs got on their phones and met around the globe. They went mobile and I guess got on their mobiles and went global.
So obviously that ties in with the kind of international theme of this event coming up, and I've seen that another one of the key themes that's advertised is making market research inclusive and hitting harder to reach audiences. So yes. Did you find that when using mobile that was the case?
Yes, I can tell you a quick funny little story there.
Please.
One of our participants who said yes, he would like to participate, neglected to share with us that during the test period he was going on his honeymoon. And in fact, he took us with us. It took us with him on his honeymoon. Now, I think it's fair to say he went dark for a short period of time.
Which is only fair.
Which is only fair. However, he did participate during that milestone event in his life.
It's a very committed participant there. And so do you feel then, there's a little bit again in the research in the event advertising about hitting these younger generations, the millennials, and so do you feel that smartphones is a good way to do that?
I think it is an excellent way to do that, and it's a growing opportunity for that, not only with millennials but also around the world, where we see that internet connectivity, particularly in the developing countries, increasingly is via the phone and not via a PC. So part of what we were testing is looking at how to engage people from all over, of all ages, in something where they could connect either by phone or by PC.
Okay, because I think when I was having a discussion with yourself about this just last week, and you described it as smartphones as almost an extension of self.
That's exactly
in the younger
right.
generation. So can you talk to us a little bit about that?
I sure can. That was part. That was the other part of it. We knew that smartphone penetration was increasing. We knew that in particularly third world countries, that was the way that people were getting connected to the internet and with each other. And we knew that your cell phone is never more than maybe 3 meters from you. And it has become an extension of self. You go to dinner, three people be sitting around the table, particularly a younger group of folk. They might be talking with each other, and they might be having a conversation on their phones. So we wanted to explore that as well.
Using these smartphones and accessing these harder to reach audiences. Obviously, you said it was a very international study that you did. So I'm interested to know the themes and the patterns around smartphone use and smartphone accessibility of participants around the globe. Whether there's any kind of patterns there that jumped out at you.
As a matter of fact, we found that smartphone penetration was higher in some of the more developed countries like the U.S. Smartphone penetration in countries like South Africa and India was actually somewhat less, and to some degree in Mexico as well. And so what we found was we were actually getting some class difference in who we were able to include via smartphone and the platform. We did find that the smartphone penetration in some of the countries actually had us pulling folks from the upper and upper middle classes.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes. So that was a good finding for us. So in the U.S., it cut across all. We didn't have that problem.
So presumably then that would be to do with the fact that getting a smartphone, it's yet to penetrate down to all classes, and maybe it's still at a premium price in these developing countries?
It certainly suggests that. Before the conference, I probably ought to verify that with data.
Yeah, well.
It's a great question. That is a great question.
Yeah, and it's a very interesting topic, isn't it? I'd like to know myself, actually, so I'm definitely going to look forward to your paper on that front. So, Rebecca, thank you very much for joining me today and for telling me about your paper. It sounds great, and I'm certainly going to go along and watch it. And,
good. You will be there.
I will be there. I'll be doing some live interviews, so maybe we can catch up again and get some more live reaction.
All right. If nothing else, we'll have a beer or a glass of wine.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Thanks,
cheers.
Rebecca.
Now I'm off for it's coffee time in the U.S. I'm off to get my first cup of coffee.
It's more like beer time here, but I'm still working, so I'm not going to say that I'm going to do that. I might get in trouble, so I'm not going to do that.
Very good. Have a cup of tea and then have a good evening.
That's it.
And enjoy your
tea. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jack. Take care.